we're just going to ignore the fact that it is the 2nd of August and I'm still finishing my July TBR. Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today is the start of a new weekly reading vlog. I am going to give you a really quick update because it is late at night and people are asleep in my house and I'm trying to be very quiet. But yes, it is Tuesday evening going into Wednesday. I last filmed a clip yesterday and last week's vlog I did my on Monday, so we're starting on a Tuesday. And I really hoped that I would have finished the intimacy experiment by now, but I just really haven't. I have actually read some of it tonight that I've been on sprints, and I'm 130 pages in now, so like just under halfway. I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely more of a slow burn than The Roommate is, which might possibly be why I'm reading it a bit slower as well. But also I've just been like not reading much at all, so a few different things. But I am definitely hoping to read some of it tomorrow. I mentioned I've started a new job and I'm doing training, which is training from home at the minute. I'm like still with the same company but just doing a different job role. So basically they've just told us to keep our computers at home and we're on Teams every day doing some online training. But that does mean that we have regular breaks and things to make sure we take it in, and obviously my lunch break I'm not like sat in a canteen at work and getting distracted by other people. I mean, my mum's here, but she's quite content to let me sit and read, so I have been able to read. Also our days are a little bit shorter while we're training, so it means that I have got more time to do it. I just haven't been doing it. So tomorrow my plan is to definitely finish this, and then my first read of next month I have decided is Camp Spoopathon this week, and I have decided to try and take part in it and try and finish it. And I'm doing the longer path, which I know is a little bit ridiculous, but a lot of the books that I want to read this month fit in quite well with it, and I think I could read a lot of them this week as well, because basically I'm going to read some short books. So I'm going to start off with Laura Olympus, reread of volume 1 and then volume 2, and they fit the first 2 prompts. I can't remember exactly how, but I'll tell you tomorrow. So in theory, if I can finish this one in the daytime, I can be reading Laura Olympus volume 1 and volume 2 in the evening, because I can read those like in one sitting. So I could potentially finish my July reading and read 2 books for August by tomorrow evening. At the very latest, I want to have done it by like lunchtime on Thursday. But we will see. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Okay, I really need to get my act together for the rest of this week. It is now Thursday. It is about 1:30 on Thursday. I'm just on my lunch break at work. Well, it's 1:25. We're due back in 5 minutes. So I thought I would do a quick update. I still have not finished my last book from July. It's now the 4th of August. This is getting a bit ridiculous. I have actually made some progress. I am now 150 pages in, which is still not a lot. It's like a 312 page long book. I'm sure that's a number that's sticking in my head anyway. Yeah, 312. I'm exactly right. But for some reason, like, I want to read it, but I also don't. Last night I ended up watching The Prom on Netflix, which is a film based on a musical that I have not been able to see because it's not come over to the UK. If they would like to put on a UK production, that'd be fantastic, because I actually really enjoy that film. Apart from James Corden, because he is very miscast. I don't have the hate for James Corden that a lot of people do, but he is just completely miscast in that role. But the actual soundtrack of that musical, I adore it. And now the songs are stuck in my head. And I really want them to do a UK production of it, because I love it with my whole heart. But off topic completely, because I was watching that, I didn't end up reading very much. And then I put a Taylor Swift concert on after, so that didn't really help with the reading energy either, because Taylor Swift. So yeah, basically, and then the next couple of prompts are like sprinting and reading together. Now reading together can also be classed as sprinting, and also like Laura Olympus has been on some other people's TBR this month, so I can sort of watch their thoughts and that can count as reading together. So they're also an account for that. Plus actually the next book that I want to read is Prayer for the Crown Shy, which I have got friends who have recently read it or are planning on reading it soon, so I will again be discussing thoughts with them. So I'm going to count that for it. And then the last prompt is thrilling, which I got 2 options for this. I could use Prayer for the Crown Shy because I am very thrilled to be continuing on with that series, but also I do have King is Dead on my TBR for this month, and if I can try and fit that on this weekend, that'd be good, because that gives me those sort of like, it's not a thriller, but it's that sort of, it's got like Gossip Girl type vibes and things like that, so it's definitely got like an edge of that to it. So that's what we're going to go with for that, but we will see. Fingers crossed I can actually do it, because next week I'm going to be reading a lot of arcs. Spoiler alert for like next week's vlog, but yeah, next week I plan on reading a lot of arcs, so I'd like to get all of these short books I need to read this month over and done with, and then that sounds like I'm just trying to power through them and don't actually want to read them. They're actually ones I'm really excited for, which is why I want to get to them quite quickly. And then next week I get to read some very anticipated arcs, because I'm definitely reading Yellowface, because that is on my TBR, and then I have plans of how I'm going to pick the other arc that I read. I do have an idea of which one I'm probably going to end up going with, but there is a plan, there is a method to my madness in how I'm going to pick it, but you will see that in a video next week, maybe. Probably after I've already read it, but there we go. So I've just seen that people are logging back in after lunch. We have to like put a thumbs up on Teams to say that we're back, and people are starting to do it. So I'm going to go. Hopefully I will give you another update this evening, because so far I think I filmed one clip and it was the introduction on Tuesday. Didn't film anything on Wednesday. So, you know, let's try and film a couple of clips on Thursday to make up for it. But I will let you know later on when hopefully I will have actually finished this. Okay, so it's now technically Friday, but we're going to pretend it's still Thursday. We're going to pretend it's not 1:15 in the morning, because I have just actually finished a book. I finished The Intimacy Experiment. I'm finally starting my August TBR. It's like the 5th of August now, technically. It's fine, it's fine. I obviously did not end up reading Lore Olympus today, because I'm going to bed now. But yes, thoughts on The Intimacy Experiment. I'm giving this one 4 stars, which is the same rating that I gave The Roommate. I think I like them both equally, but for different reasons. I felt like it's a weird one to explain. In some ways I was like invested in this one quicker than The Roommate, because I really, really like both of the main characters in this. I like the relationship, and I was invested in that a lot quicker, partly because I already knew Naomi, but also like Ethan I just loved. But then at the same time, like the actual relationship felt like it took a bit longer to really get started. But then once it did get started, it was like more of a relationship quicker. But we didn't see as much of it, because it felt like it sort of breezed past some of it. It just felt like sometimes it was like they were together, but you weren't seeing the cute moments of them being together. You were only then seeing the conflict. It could have been a bit longer and just had some more like cutesy moments of them being a couple. That's my only issue with it, really. So yeah, 4 star. Very good. It's a very good book, but right, we will move on to August TBR tomorrow. I should still be able to read a fair amount, fingers crossed. I have the house to myself this weekend. I am looking after my dog. I do have plans tomorrow evening, but my plans basically are having a video call with Meg, because we are planning things. She's helping me plan something. If you have been keeping an eye on Twitter, you may know what is in the works later on this year. Not confirming or denying that I am part of this thing that has been seen on Twitter at all, but eagle-eyed of you may have spotted it, and we're going to plan some stuff, because Meg is the perfect person to help me plan this. So that is tomorrow night's plan. I don't know what time we're actually calling each other. It's just like depends when she gets home from work, I think, because obviously, as I've mentioned a few times now, I'm working from home. So yeah, depending on when she gets back and has eaten and all that sort of stuff, we will be having a catch up. So before that, I need to have read a decent amount. But right now, I should probably go to bed, because I need to be up in about 6 hours time. Not even 6 hours, because I need to be up in like 5.5 hours time. So yeah, I'm going to go to sleep. Hello, it is Friday morning. It's actually Friday morning now. It's 9 a.m. and I am here with a reading update, because I have actually read this morning. I have finished an entire book. I mean, granted it is a graphic novel, but I finished reading Lore Olympus Volume 1. I am on, as I've mentioned many times in this vlog so far, I'm on training for work at the minute, so we don't start till like 9:30 in the morning, which means I have some time to read, because I've still been getting up at like my regular time to get ready and go to work, so that I don't get out of the routine, because this is literally just for these 2 weeks, and then we're on shadowing for the next few weeks after that, which will mean that I'm getting up and going to work at my normal time. You don't really need to know that, but basically what I decided to do this morning, what I've been meaning to do all week, is to replace that extra time in the morning with reading time. So this morning I got up and I reread Lore Olympus Volume 1. First time I read this, I gave it 4 stars. It's a Hades and Persephone retelling. It's still set in like the world of the gods and things like that. It's set in Olympus, but it is more modernised, like they have phones and things like that. When I first read this, I gave it 4 stars and I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I got a little bit confused with like all of the characters and things like that. I've read a little bit more like Greek myth retelling since I first read this, and I just have more of like a sense of who everyone is in my head in general of Greek mythology. So I actually enjoyed this a lot more this time, and I've ended up giving it a 5, which is great. I love the art style in this so much. There's one particular panel and I'm gonna have to find it, so just bear with me. I know exactly when it is in the story, but it's so gorgeous. It's these bits, it's this bit, it's just beautiful. There's also like this version of it, the page before with the dog, and I just really love the art style in this, and I do like the Hades and Persephone story, so it is nice to get this version of it. Will now be moving on to volume 2. It is 9:15 as I said though, so I'm not really going to be able to read it before I start work, but I'll probably read it in my lunch break today. And then this evening I'm going to try and start reading, I think Prayer for the Crown Shy is what I'm going to pick up next. I'm going to try and start reading that as soon as I finish work, and then, as I said, I'm calling Meg tonight, but I don't know what time. So I'm going to try and like read some of that, maybe all of it, before I have a chat with her. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, that is your update for this morning. I should probably actually go and like make sure I'm logged onto everything, ready to start in 15 minutes time. But I've actually read. I've upgraded something from a 4-star to a 5-star. It's going well now. We've actually got proper reading updates. It's like the first time in 2 weeks. Go me. Hello, so it's time for another 1 a.m. update. I have spent the entire evening talking to Meg, which, to be honest, we could probably guess that we wouldn't end up logging off till like 1 a.m. But it's fine. We are actually fairly productive. We've been planning things for something that is happening in November. Meg has been very helpful for that, so all of the appreciation for her right now. I'm sure I will be asking her for more help as the months go along, but yes, very happy to have like a sounding board for things. And yeah, that all went very well. Obviously not much reading was done, although I think since I last spoke to you I have actually read another book. I have finished Lore Olympus Volume 2 now, which I really enjoyed. I gave it 5 stars. I actually was speaking through my rating for this with Meg because she read it yesterday and she gave it 4-star, whereas I gave it a 5. I think the reason why is that because I had just reread the first one, everything that I said about the first one of sort of loving the characters and being like swept away in the story carried on for this, and because to me it felt like one long book rather than 2 separate volumes. I enjoyed them both. I felt like lots was happening in the story, whereas like she'd read them both separately and she said that she felt like not enough had happened yet. But except I think because I'd seen quite a lot happen in one go, that sort of clouded it a little bit. But I really love where this story's heading, and I love the artwork still. And yeah, I mean, I could do with like things picking up pace a little bit more. It's a slow burn, but I'm still loving where we're at the minute. So yeah, 5 stars to that, which is fun. Means I've now finished reading 3 books for this month, because like I said before, we are now counting the intimacy experiment in August, because I mean I literally read 50 pages of a 312 page book in July. I think I kind of have to count it for August. If I would have finished it on day 1, I would have counted it for July, but I finished it on day 4, technically day 5, so yeah, no, we can't do that. Tomorrow's plan, because I did not end up reading Prayer for the Crown Shy all before I started talking to Meg. Basically what happened was I didn't manage to read as much of Lore Olympus on my lunch break as I planned to, because I ended up sort of not taking as long for my lunch break. We were in the middle of a training thing, and then I stayed behind a little bit to read over some notes to prep for the afternoon, so it meant that I did not read as much. We did end up finishing early, but then I sort of read Lore Olympus and then had some food, and then ended up jumping on the call with Meg and did not get any Prayer for the Crown Shy read. So that is the plan for tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that I'll read that like first thing in the morning. It is 1 o'clock when I'm going to sleep, but I'm still getting up fairly early because parents are away for this weekend, so I am looking after the dog. He has not gone with them this time. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, but it means that I don't want to get up too late because I would need to obviously like take him for a walk and things like that. So plan is to wake up and take the dog out, read Prayer for the Crown Shy. It is a novella. It is very short. It should not take me long at all. I don't know exactly how many pages it is. 152, and that's with the acknowledgements. So yeah, should not take me long at all. I may get the audiobook. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'm going to read that. And then I think my plan for the weekend is to try and read The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. I'm trying to power through as much of my TBR as possible. If I do manage to read that quite quickly, because I think I could potentially read that like before the end of Sunday. If I am able to do that, then I may move on to the Wayward Children book that I need to read. And then basically all I'll have left on my TBR will be Les Mis and We Hunt the Flame, which, I mean, to say that I had not finished a book until last night, I think I'm like catching up on my TBR fairly quickly. Actually, I've just realised I've said that's all I've got left on my TBR. I also have Yellowface to read, but I will be reading that one next week. I'm reading Arcs next week. That is the plan. So yeah, I should be able to kind of get back on track with everything by the end of this weekend. But right now I'm definitely rambling and I definitely need to go to sleep. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, where I think I'm also going to be on sprints. I think. It's not like set in stone, but I'm pretty sure I am planning on joining them. So I'll chat to you guys then. Hello, it is now Saturday afternoon. I am currently on sprints. We have got Lisa, Ashley, Danny and Siobhan. I had to stop myself from saying Sayapan then because I'm so used to saying it that way because of Lisa. But yeah, it's a different group of people than what's usually on sprints, which is nice. Getting to chat to some other people. And I have actually read a book today, an entire book. See, start of this vlog, reading nothing. End of this vlog, I'm reading a book every time I talk to you. Again, it is a very, very short book. I read Prayer for the Crown Shy and given it 5 stars. I think I gave the first one 4 stars. I think on reread it'll probably be a 5, but it just felt like it was setting up a lot for the rest of the story. And this one felt like it was getting into it more, and it's still just like really cute and adorable. For anyone who doesn't know, the premise of this is that it's set in the future where robots have sort of gone for a time of living with the humans and then sort of left the human society to kind of fend for themselves. And it was when like there was a worry of whether or not humans would be able to get through it, because like we're not the best at managing resources and things like that. And it's sort of years later, and this tea monk called Sibling Dex ends up meeting a robot called Moscap, who has come back to kind of establish a connection with the humans, and he has one question to ask all the humans, and the question that he asks everyone is, what do you need? So the first book is those two meeting and like sort of setting off on this journey, and now in this book they are kind of traveling through different places. So Moscap is actually getting to interact with other humans and to ask the question, and he's kind of getting to know like what human society is more and more. And it's just got all these like really cute moments of Moscap kind of learning this as he goes along and not really understanding it. And then it's really strange because like it's this just like cute sci-fi story, but then when Moscap is having this like difficulty understanding things, you kind of start to question stuff yourself about humanity. It's very strange. It's like adorable, but also makes you question life in a way. Particularly the last chapter. Like the last chapter just kind of had some bits where I'm like, yep, okay, that's hit me right in the feels, but I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, 5 stars. I will now be moving on to The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. I probably will read some of this tonight, but I'm gonna have a little bit of a break from reading. Sorry if I keep touching my eye. There's something scratching it at the minute and I can't figure it out. But yeah, we've got 10 minutes left on this last sprint. I'm not going to pick that up right now. What I'm probably going to do is when we've finished on sprints, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. The dog is a sound you can hear behind the camera, by the way. Yes, he is snoring very, very loudly. And then I'm going to make some food. I was supposed to be making like homemade pizza tonight, and I've realised that I should have made the dough like an hour ago because it needed to rest. And I've not done that. I may just order pizza. I ordered food yesterday as well, but I'm feeling very lazy at the minute. Well, we'll see. I may try and see if there's something in the freezer that I can cook, but I But you don't need to see me sort of struggle through figuring out what I'm going to eat. But I'm going to take the dog for a walk, have some food, and then I will sit down tonight and read some of The King is Dead. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I should actually be filming a video tonight as well, to be honest. But realistically, I was pre-filming stuff for later in the month that I don't really need to do yet. What I actually do need to do is do like an introduction to a video for next week, but I'm not actually filming the main footage of that until midway through next week. So I can get away with not doing that. I was going to pre-film something for the weekend after, but I can leave that for the time being because I just not in the mood. I'm actually in the mood to read, so I feel like while I am, I should probably take advantage of it. Right, I'm going to go because I feel like I'm rambling now. But 4 books finished so far this vlog. Are we going to get to 5? That is my question. We'll see. I'm really hopeful. Can someone please explain to me why my dog is currently having a standoff with his food? It is the same food that he gets every single day, but he's refusing to get close to it. I have tried picking a piece up and hand feeding it to him so he knows it's safe, but no, we're just going to glare. Harry, have your breakfast? Harry? No, nothing's happening. I will update you on how long it takes him to actually eat the meal. Don't look at me like that. Okay, I pushed it closer to him and it seems like there is progress happening. I think he's actually going to eat the entire thing. Well done, dog. Hello, it is Sunday evening, so I haven't updated you all day, but I have been reading. This time I'm not going to come on and say I finished an entire book since I last spoke to you, but I've read a fair amount of one. I have read 230 pages of The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. I started reading it on sprints today. I was on Becca's channel for sprints. It was me, Becca, Lisa and Danny. And yeah, I've really got into this book. I am loving it so far. Like from the first chapter, I was just like, yeah, I like this. It's good. And it's a really, really quick read. Like in each sprint, we were doing 45 minutes and I was reading like 60 to 70 pages, which is very good. So we finished sprints a little bit ago, but I've been like when I had some food and things like that. And now I'm going to get back to reading it. I'm hoping to finish it in the next like couple of hours. And then probably not going to pick anything else up for this vlog because I might just have a TV night once I finish reading it. We will see. But yeah, I will give you my full thoughts later. But right now I am absolutely loving it. It is just... like, I liked the main character from the very beginning. I do like royalty stories. It's something I've found. I think it goes back to the fact that The Princess Diaries was one of my favourite series to read growing up. But I do like a good royalty story. We all know my love of one particular royalty story that I reread the other week. And yeah, I liked the setup of it going into it. And all sort of the extra stuff. So basically at the beginning of the book, as the name would suggest, the king is dead. The king has just died and his son, who is only 17, is now sort of thrust into power, but it's about whether or not he will be accepted because basically his dad is white and he married a black woman, so he is the first sort of black monarch on the throne. And also what people don't know about him is he's also gay. So alongside all of these sort of like worries about whether or not he'll be accepted, there's also this sort of mystery of people finding out his secrets, so finding out that he is gay because obviously he's not out to the world, and blackmailing him. And that's kind of where we're at in the minute, is the blackmail's happening and it's trying to figure out who it is that's doing it all. So that's all kind of like fun to read in a way. Like obviously it's not fun, it's stressful for the main character, but it's like a fun sort of mystery style part of it. But then the actual like issues that are explored are more sort of like hitting you in the feels a little bit. So yeah, it's a very nice balance and I'm very much enjoying it. So I'm gonna go and jump in the shower and then I will come back and finish reading it and give you my actual like thoughts and star rating in a little bit. Hello, it is now Monday afternoon, but I purposely rolled this vlog over today. It wasn't just that I forgot to film a clip like normal. I was too tired to read last night, so I've ended up finishing The King is Dead on my lunch break today, and I thought I would wait until I'd finished it before I gave you the end of this vlog. I'm giving this one 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I did feel a little bit in the middle, like I was going to rate it a 4 star, like a high 4 star. But then like the drama of the end of this, I kind of guessed who was behind some of the stuff that was happening, but not some of the other reveals that happened in here. So yeah, very, very much enjoyed this. As I said when I read Benjamin Dean's first middle grade book, Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow. Said I really enjoyed it, but middle grade is one that is harder for me to give 5 stars. So like was excited to see him write something that wasn't middle grade. This is his YA debut and I really loved it, which is good. So that is pretty much the end of the vlog for this week. So I read that one. I read 2 volumes of Lore Olympus. I finally finished The Intimacy Experiment, and I read Prayer for the Crown Shy. So, you know, I'm doing pretty good. I like managed to catch up a lot. Next week, I'm going to be reading all arcs. I say next week, I'm literally like about to go downstairs and start reading my first one, but you will see that in next week's vlog. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I will see you guys next time with a new video. Bye.